The filter-free diary.
Good morning. It's about 9:30 or so in the morning. I know I'm not laying in bed. What the hell? Why the fuck did I get up? Oh, I got up because I gotta sell some more things. I gotta take more pictures. I got a busy day of organizing today. So I'm up. Okay, so wanna finish talking about God because it's super important that we realize that God was not an alien. God is not an alien. God is not a non-human. And I know that's going to seem really confusing to you for a second because you're going to be like, well, if God is a human, how did God create humans? I have an answer for that. I really do. And we will definitely get there. But I need you to understand that God is more of a title, more of a, you could almost call it a rite of passage, but that's not quite that's not quite right. So we can't call it a rite of passage, but there is, it's not just like, oh, I have, grown all those aspects of myself, I must be God. No, once you grow all those aspects of yourself, you go through a checker. And that's why I say it could be like a rite of passage, but I wouldn't call it a rite of passage. Because you cannot make it through the checker. In fact, I'm pretty sure some people have not made it through the checker. There's a point in the checker where you're like, oh, this is going to be life or death. And yeah, for 100% for sure. So anyways, so it's important for us to realize that God is not an alien. God is not an entity. God is just like us and went through the same process that we are going through and attained Godhood, which is a way of putting it. Went through the checker and was like, yep, congratulations, you made it to God status. And then I'm like, what do you want to do next? Maybe I'll make something. Maybe I'll flex that God status and make something. And that's kind of how that went, and we will definitely get into that at some point when that is more the topic. But what I wanted to mention about God being more of a title is because aliens are not a thing. Aliens are not a thing. I know it seems weird because you're like, well, then how did life start here if something didn't, inseminate the planet? Well, that's a very good question, and we'll get there too. But first, I'm just going to tell you, aliens are not a thing. I mean, lots of people want aliens to be a thing because it explains things in a way that they can understand. But let's be honest, you're not really understanding it the right way if you need to believe something that doesn't exist just so you can be okay. Stop it. Or don't. Just do you. But those that are interested, you gotta stop it. It's not aliens. There wasn't grays. There wasn't those things. No. Well, then you're like, well, then how come people have pictures of motherfuckers? For the same reason they have crop circles. Because the human race gets bored and decides to poke itself every once in a while to see what it will do. Duh. And that's true because you've done it too. Every once in a while, you're just like, I'm just going to throw a wrinkle in there. You know what? Because we all do it. And you know what? It opens up a part of our minds, a part of our imagination. It gives us a bigger blackboard to think with. So it's not even a bad thing, but it is a bad thing when you're like, just accept this data and don't run it through a checker because everything needs a motherfucking checker. If it doesn't, then how are you going to know it's legit? Okay, so get your datas, run them through your checkers, and I wish I could just be like, and this is how you know aliens are not real. But that takes so long to explain to you. What I will really tell you is that the understanding of this world and how it works is way off in right field. And I do mean right field, because if it was way off in left field, you'd be a little closer to accurate. But you're not. You're way off in right field. And you guys don't really have a clue about this whole fucking school and what it's set up to do and how it's set up to work. And you know what? I'm going to say this one last thing. For those people that think they're just going to blast off this planet and go find, life somewhere else to fuck up and colonize. No, you got to deal with yourselves first. You can't get through this sphere of influence until we unlock this planet. So, in case you thought you were just going to go ruin the rest of the little growing cultures out there that are working on their school shit, no, you're not. You gotta stay on this planet until you unlock it. And you don't get to unlock it until you're right and you go through the motherfucking checker. Yeah, because that's when the sphere of influence unlocks on this fucking planet. Okay, so God is the title. Aliens do not exist. Humans are not getting off this planet anytime fucking soon. Okay, so have a good day, and I hope you enjoy that information and do something, productive with it. Yeah, okay, bye.